Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Last Week in Esports. As always, I'm your host, Gen.G, and we had a little bit of reprieve from esports, but now we're jumping into what is really the World Championship kind of season. We've got a bunch of news this week, plenty of great stuff to talk about. So without further ado, let's dive right into it.
Baker, what was that?
Cloud9 are your E-League Major champions!
This is Rocket League!
Last week in Valorant, we had tons of drama and tons of action, so let's talk about it. First, I think it's important to note that Disguised Toast has a team in Game Changers. It's pretty new, he spent a lot of money, he has built a team for Game Changers. Great job. Proud of Toast, love Toast. We've talked about him before on here. Well, they had an event last week, Game Changers Series 3, and Disguised Toast team was in it. Disguised Toast team fell to a team called Newt Newt. They lost their series to them and dropped down into lowers. The next series, Newt Newt plays against Shopify Rebellion. Totally fine. Shopify ends up beating them, and drama comes out of it. It turns out that Newt Newt has been flagged for cheating. I can't really find a clip that I'm really sure of is cheating. There's some rumors going around, but Valorant and Riot Games have released a statement and disqualified Newt Newt. But that really sucks for Disguised Toast. And of course, he tweeted about it. You know, there's tons of vision on it. And it just sucks. He's on the short end of the stick. It's not fair to Shopify Rebellion if they have to now replay a match they won to a team that lost to Newt Newt. Either way, feel bad for Toast. He's gone through a ton already as an esports CEO. And this is just adding on to it. On the bright side of it, though, Evil Geniuses did end up taking the Series 3 event. They beat out version 1, which is surprising because version 1 is possibly one of the greatest women's Valorant teams to ever play, with some of the best female players of all time. We need to talk about Fluorescent. She's absolutely demonic in Valorant. I think she has a phenomenal chance of ending up on a tier 1 roster playing for the Valorant World Championship. Version 1 won Series 1, won Series 2, and now finished second in Series 3. They've got themselves a roster. And Game Changers is going to be a really exciting series. I'm going to do my best to stay unbiased, but it's definitely going to come in here. So just understand that. But we had the CoD Next event last week. This is where CoD talks about, their upcoming season, what's going to happen with the esport as a whole, the next game. And people really need to stop buying these games. Please seek help. Find a new game to play. CoD is doing everything they can to get people to come back and spend too much money on the same rehashed game every single year. What have they done this time? Well, they added some original Modern Warfare 2 maps. They put red dots, I think, back in the game. And now slide canceling's better. Congrats. Is that worth $70? The game doesn't look good. Supposedly, the skill-based matchmaking is cranked higher than it ever has been before. Zombies looks awful. I'm not sure how the esport is going to look this season, but I just think that these games are slowly killing their fan base and driving people to just not appreciate esports. Give any of these other esports a try if you're a COD fan, because Modern Warfare 3 does not look like it's solving any questions for its fan base. NA, otherwise known as Near Airport, just got farmed by BDS in the first game of the League of Legends World Championship. Now, this was a qualifying match. This is between North America's 4 seed and Europe's 4 seed. They're going to play each other to see which region is bringing 4 teams to Worlds. One of that match will be playing in the play-in stage to then make their way to the Swiss stage of the Worlds bracket. In Europe, just absolutely dominated North America. Golden Guardians has been in Korea for like a month now, just to boot camp and then get quickly 3-0'd, stomped, not even competitive games. Europe's 4th seed BDS absolutely eviscerated Golden Guardians. And EU hasn't looked good all season besides G2. Disgusting performance from North America. Again, LCS just showing why it probably doesn't even deserve 4 seeds. That was the first game. We actually have the rest of this week to do the play-ins. Play-in stage is starting today, well, today's the 9th, but when it starts, it'll be October 10th. October 10th, and it's going to last all week until October 15th. That will be the play-in stage where 8 teams are slowly going to be narrowed down to 2, and then those 2 are going to make it into the Swiss stage. Exciting stuff if you're a BDS fan, because they look great, and they should probably end up winning their group and making it out as well. So, congratulations, I guess, in advance, BDS. For all of the 4 fans of the Overwatch League out there, some pretty, I guess, sad news is that OWL is probably done for in its current iteration. So the Overwatch League has made a statement, and they've said that with the completion of this 2023 Overwatch League season, they're going to be focusing on building up some revitalized program. They don't have the details that they can share with us, but when they're finalized, they'll let us know. But can we talk about the bigger issues at hand? It's not this esports economy, it's Overwatch itself, and then also the Overwatch League itself. You have a game that didn't deliver on any of its promises. We will go from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2 and nothing that you promised has been changed. The game's not good. You have now franchised teams that aren't even from those regions, and they barely represent those regions, and people don't care to pull for them. How are you going to have teams with North American city names and be entirely Korean rosters playing out of Korea? I don't know. The OWL League is struggling. I guess good on them for recognizing it, but we'll see what's to come. I don't know what their fixes are. Maybe they can try to revitalize the esport, because when OWL first launched, it was huge news. And tons of sponsors. It was front page news. And now it's nothing. No one talks about it. No one watches. So I guess good luck to OWL. Let's see if they can revitalize it and somehow make Overwatch 2 enjoyable for people to watch. Lots of bad news this week, I guess, and it's not stopping here. If you know anything about Dota 2, it's a World Championship called the International, you probably know that their prize pools are egregious. I mean, they've reached over $40 million before. That's unbelievable. Let's compare Rocket League. Rocket League does like $2 million. Okay? Unbelievable. And the success behind it is something called the Compendium. Every year, Dota 2, before their World Championship, will release what's called the Compendium. And it's basically a battle pass. Okay, you can spend money to upgrade it, but typically people just buy it and you play through it and you unlock a ton of stuff. And it's great. People love it and look forward to it. And it lasts months. Well, Dota's changed that this year, and none of it is for the better. So for some understanding, the prize pool starting this year is $1.6 million. And right now, as I'm recording this, I think it's sitting at like barely 3 million. So they've added $1.5 million. Now that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but this is by far the most underperforming compendium and lowest world's total that we've ever seen. And by the way, TI starts like the end of this month and will finish up in like a month. So this is big news, because there is no time for this compendium to make money. There's no time for this world's prize pool to build up. Typically, there's several months of this compendium, but this compendium is not filled with anything people really want. They've, taken all the cool stuff out, not really added anything worthwhile for the players, and they're voting with their wallet. The compendium's not being purchased. So we'll see what happens with the world's prize pool total, but I can't imagine that it's going to increase that much. Valve probably should address this, considering pros are going from $30 to $40 million prize pools to what's sitting at like 3 right now. I'm not an expert, but I'm thinking we might see a little controversy here. Last week wasn't the greatest for esports and its news, but I do have good news. Upcoming events are going to be great, hopefully. We have, as we talked about earlier, the League of Legends play-in stage that's taking place over like the next 6 days. Super exciting. Tons of League of Legends. 8 teams from around the world. Great to watch. We'll also have the Halo World Championship Series is going to be starting. I believe that's taking place in Seattle. That'll be starting in, I think, 5 days. So another great watch. The Dota 2 TI is going to be starting. And also, one thing we don't talk about too much, but the Fortnite World Championship is going to be started. So that'll be exciting. All hopefully news that I can talk about next week and catch you up on, and hopefully some good stuff this time. But as always, I'm Trainer TV. Thanks for watching, and GG's.